I'm here today to do a tag video, and this is going to be all about classics, which suits me fine because if you don't know already, I love reading classics. I have all of the questions on my phone, and let me just show you. This is my new iPhone. I'm so happy about it, so I just wanted to brag a little bit. And also I was tagged to do this by a blogger who is called It's a Book's World, I think. She is also the creator of this tag, so I will put the link to that blog down below. Let me just find the questions on my beautiful phone. I have them all written down because I'm very organized today. First question, an overhyped classic you didn't really like. War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy, this amazing, humongous book. I hear a lot of people talking about this book as if it's a masterpiece and it's one of the best classics out there. However, I read it some years ago and I kind of feel sorry that I did because I didn't understand a lot of the things going on. Maybe I was too young when I read it, but I still don't feel like this deserves all the hype. Maybe it does because it is quite a masterpiece. It is quite big. And it's a great story, I think. I just didn't notice it. The next one is a book that I read recently, Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I know a lot of people love this book. I just didn't, and yeah, I will get more into that in my March wrap-up part 2. Question number 2 is your favorite time period to read about. Now this one is difficult because I don't really read according to time periods. I read classics because I have heard about them, I want to read them, but I don't read them based on which time period they are written in. But if I had to settle for one or two time periods, it would be the Victorian age, because I love all of the mysterious and creepy books written during that time period, and also the time period of Jane Austen. Number 3 is your favorite fairy tale, and for that one I think I'm going to go for Hans Christian Andersen's The Ugly Duckling. It's about an ugly duckling who feels left out from everyone else, from the world, because he's ugly. However, it ends with this ugly duckling growing up and becoming the most beautiful swan that ever existed, and I love it. Number 4, what is the most embarrassing classic that you haven't read? Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I haven't read it. I plan on doing it very soon after having filmed this video, so it may be part of my March wrap-up part 2. Another one is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. This one I haven't read, obviously. And I don't know why. I don't really feel like reading it. I feel like I have some kind of resistance inside of me to actually read this book, but I may do so one day. Number 5 is top 5 classics that you would like to read soon. First we have Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. This one has been staring at me on my shelves for the last half year, and I really want to read it and pick it up very soon. The thing is that these beautiful cloth-bound editions are not very handy for when you need to get out of your house. So I kind of need to find a period in time when I can read it without carrying it with me outside the house. And that's kind of difficult because I need to get out all the time. I have considered getting an e-version of this book so that I can also read it on my Kindle whenever I'm outside, and I may do just that. Number 2 is The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins, whom I haven't read anything by yet. I also have Tender is the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald, which I've heard amazing things about. North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell, which I also keep hearing amazing things about. And last but not least, I have Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert, which comes in this beautiful, beautiful cloth-bound edition. Question number 6 is your favorite modern book or series based on a classic. This one is difficult because I haven't read a lot of books based on classics. Maybe I have, I just don't realize it. But if I have to think of one book, it will be Deathless by Catherine M. Valente. This one is not based on a classic, it's based on fairy tales, Russian fairy tales. So I don't know if this is cheating, but you can't say that fairy tales are classics. Number 7 is your favorite modern TV series or movie version based on a classic. I have 2 that I can think of just at the top of my head, and the first one is Pride and Prejudice, the one with Keira Knightley. I have watched this movie several times and I really love this translation, this adaptation of the classic. I recently read the book as well, and I really just enjoy this story. And the other one is Revolutionary Road with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. This one was originally written by, I don't remember his name. I will put it somewhere on the screen. And I didn't realize that until recently. This movie has been my favorite for a long time, so I was very surprised to actually get to know that. Number 8 is your worst classic to movie adaptation. I don't really have an answer for this one because I have watched some movies adaptations of classics, but I liked all of them. I'm not much of a movie watcher, so I don't watch a lot of movies. So I don't have an answer for this one. Number 9, favorite edition or editions that you would like to collect more classics from. Now, as you can see behind me, I have already started collecting the Penguin cloth-bound classics. However, I'm not going to collect any more of these because I already have a shelf full and they are not the easiest books to carry around with you. So I'm going to settle with this amount, but I do have some other editions that I would like to collect more from. For instance, the English Penguin Library editions. I don't really care for the spine, but I love the covers. Right now I have 4 of these editions and I would definitely like to get more. I also really like these editions of F. Scott Fitzgerald's classics. And I have 3 of them already. I know that there are at least 2 more out, so I may get those as well. And the very last question is to show you an underhyped classic that you would recommend to everyone. I don't know what to answer for that one, because a lot of the classics that I read have been overhyped, or have been hyped at least. I feel like this is the answer that everyone goes for, but maybe Middlemarch by George Eliot, only because I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this book, and I read it recently and I really liked it, so I definitely think that a lot of people should read this book. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I may tag some people, but I know a lot of people have already done this tag, so we will have to wait and see. If I do, I will put the link to their channels down below, and also feel free to do this as well if you want to. Happy reading, everyone. Bye bye.